Episode 36 of the Utility Players Podcast. Welcome, boys. We are going to lead off. Ooh, nice, simultaneously. We're going to lead off with the leading story of the week. Well, there's a few, actually, but we're going to lead off with the most, I guess, universal story, which is in sports, in society, kind of crosses both topics. There is Jon Gruden emails. I'll leave it at that and let you guys lead the way. Ben, you take it first. How about that?
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Damn.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the
I
spot.
like it. Hey, why not?
I've thought long and hard about it. I'll just say what I truly believe in, my honest opinions. If it offends anybody, you can't be. I don't really care. The first email that was sent, I did. It was terrible, but to me, it was sent 10 years ago. He seemed very receptive and apologetic about it. He's never seemed, from what you've heard about any stories from anybody. And then let me back up. After that first email came out, then if you just watched ESPN or whatever, the parts that I caught, they would have old players talk about, him. They had the guy that did Monday Night Football with him talk and said that, hey, that is completely different than any person they've ever got. Right. So I figured he should apologize about that. I didn't think he should lose his job just based off, my whole thought of cancel culture going back to something somebody said 10 or 12 years ago. I think there has to be some repentance and forgiveness. If you are, he apologized, said he should not have said that. But then
there's more.
Apparently Jon Gruden loves to email. Apparently he loves to email like an Alabama grandfather to random people. And then seeing the amount of things he talks about in the other emails, from bitching about women becoming referees in the NFL, calling, bitching about the NFL bringing quote unquote queers into the game because of Michael Sam. What were some other ones that he was talking about? I can't remember. Anti-gay slurs and all that. Then I'm like, okay. Then it hit me. If you've ever watched Jon Gruden for a long time, you do get the feeling that guy is,
he's got an edge to him.
That old time guy that is saying some crazy shit behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And so after all that came out, and look, guys, we don't even know half of the stuff he said yet. We haven't even seen for email. Real. We haven't seen one email yet. I saw that the NFLPA has petitioned to get them. So I'm sure they're going to leak. But after that, it's like, okay, this isn't a one-time thing. This is obviously maybe a deeper thing for you. Maybe this isn't the right position for you. I will say that there's things a lot of us say that, with our friends behind the scenes, that maybe we would never want put in writing or never put out there in public because they won't get the context of it or the environment that we were saying it in. But based on, kind of everything that I saw, him resigning was the right choice because he would have been fired anyway. It just seems like he bashed a lot of people, he bashed a lot of progress that the NFL is trying to implement, which is something that they don't need or no one needs as we're trying to move forward, So good riddance, Jon Gruden, I'm not surprised.
Coaches in the NFL wilding lately.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right, go ahead. More to gravy on it.
I think I don't have much to say about it. I think Ben summed it up pretty well. He's done in football. He's kind of tarnished the league a little bit. And, the moral of the story today from people is, you can't let one idiot ruin, the great game of football is what they're saying. And, there are a lot of good people in the sport, which is true. I think the only player who had a problem with Jon Gruden and said that he was right the whole time was Keyshawn Johnson. So I don't know if you heard that clip, but he was going off. It was pretty funny. But, hey, everything comes to light sooner or later. You get what you deserve. Definitely shouldn't be the coach anymore. So I know he tried to save face a little bit by resigning, but I think he was out regardless of the situation. And hopefully the team can rebound. I know the guy don't know his name. I forgot it, but I think he's Italian, so must be a good guy. Special teams coach that took over.
Like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No comment.
Christopher Columbus
so-
landed in the Caribbean, never landed in America, actually. He was also looking for Japan, I believe. And so that, to me, makes him the worst traveler ever.
Tangent. I love it.
And then he
Fair.
also went back to Spain and pretty much infected the whole country with syphilis.
He did.
Yeah.
So,
Or was it COVID?
Allegedly.
stand-up guy.
Right?
Did Christopher
Yes.
Columbus create COVID?
He might have
Generational.
Actually, these days, hey, these days I'm not putting it about anybody. Someone's gonna leak an email that he wrote,
Right.
Yeah.
But I wanted to touch on one thing real quick. He said Jon Gruden, after I think it was Monday, maybe Sunday, said that he's a leader of men and that he's going to continue to be a leader of men to try to breed men into leaders. I just don't think a leader of men talks that negative to me. This is just me being a leader in my profession for many years. Talks that negative about other people like that in private. I'm a big person. If you have something to say about somebody or you don't like them, just say it to their face. But the whole gossip or whatever you're doing, talking down, I don't know if he's trying to get a reaction out of somebody by talking about DeMaurice Smith like that, especially in writing. Like, you're not even talking about it to maybe a family member. You're talking to about an owner on the NFL, in an email. I know it was 10 years ago, and I do believe in forgiveness, but it's not to me, after all that, I don't know if you are cut out to be a leader of men.
No,
You know what I mean?
absolutely not.
So,
Yeah, Fort.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like not much to say. I just think it's the fact that he wasn't employed at the time by anybody. And I mean, I guess he was just saying what's on his mind. Some of the stuff was kind of a little bit excessive. Just, I don't know why people put things on like social media or the World Wide Web. That shit always comes back. Like, you can't delete any of that shit. Like, that's always going to find a way to come out. I don't know, just things he said about Biden was kind of funny.
I didn't see that. What was the quote behind that?
What'd he
Let me
say?
find it real quick.
Yeah.
It's odd
'Cause
because the
the-
things. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, great.
I was going to say quickly, the things that he said in these emails to this is actually part of the Dan Snyder investigation, the owner of the
Right.
That's important to talk.
Washington football team now. So Jon Gruden had absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a
Ironically.
peep about Dan Snyder, about the investigation, but somehow, some way, all these emails have come out. I mean,
Yeah.
regardless of it, they're wrong and he shouldn't have said the things he said. It's just funny that, Dan Snyder, a guy who's been accused of doing many poor things,
A lot
you haven't
worse.
heard
A
one
lot
peep.
worse things.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You haven't heard one
got-
peep about him.
You got the quote for it?
Yeah, it's a tweet from via New York Times. Gruden also criticized President Obama during his re-election campaign in 2012, as well as then Vice President Joe Biden, whom Gruden called the nervous, clueless pussy. He also used similar words to describe Goodell and DeMaurice Smith.
I love that. Clueless, anti-football pussy called Goodell.
Right.
It's amazing.
But like, that's what we all say about Goodell, like, because
Yeah.
Goodell sucks.
Yeah,
So,
that didn't
I mean,
count. I don't think anybody discounted that take on among the others.
We're all also allowed to have an opinion. So those, if those are his opinions, those are his opinions. I do think it's funny that, in a way, if you think about it, it's just kind of society and mostly driven by media. But he stepped down himself. He probably would have got fired. But if you look at somebody like Deshaun Watson, who's still not, punishment really in the league, granted he hasn't been convicted of anything yet, but Jon Gruden wasn't convicted of anything either. And there's pretty damning evidence from Deshaun Watson, including text messages and other stuff for his case. Some of the other thing I'll say is I saw kind of like a tweet today when I looked, but it was, if you look at the people who were in the halftime show, like Eminem, Dr. Dre, all that.
Yeah.
If you listen to a lot of their songs, a lot of stuff that they said in there, Gruden said in the email, but they're performing at that.
Right.
Word for word.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's just
if
a
the
little,
Raiders go. Sorry.
it's just interesting to me. That's kind of how our society especially works these days, where like this is completely 100% driven by the New York Times. Someone from the New York Times got a hold of this. Like Nick said, this is not even about him. This is about Dan Snyder and the football team. They've completely taken a pass, and someone latched onto this, leaked it out. I'm not saying that anything Jon Gruden said was right or whatever. It's his opinions, whatever. But it just kind of, I think it shows you, it's a good showing of how our society works these days, and how, to me, it's messed up. It's like, where's the level playing field here, that we're gonna, rate people or compare people on.
Well, what were you gonna end? Go ahead.
Do you think if the Raiders are 5-0, he still resigns?
No.
I think he has to regardless.
I think he would have been fired if he didn't get resigned.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's weird.
My opinion on it is, obviously we all say stupid things, whether it's via text. I mean, I've never said anything like that via email, so I can't relate with that flow.
I can't.
Did he use his?
Can't believe he wrote that shit in email.
Like sending from my Gmail account. Like I can't imagine sending that, whether it's 2002, 2010, or
it doesn't
2021, right? Like in an email. That's more permanent than a text message, I feel, in my opinion. But we've all said things, and obviously, we live in as social media has progressed, and obviously email is very special, and the fact that they're doing an investigation on something that has nothing to do with this is unfortunate for him. But we live in a glass house nowadays, where everything in the past, if it's not permanently deleted or definitely hidden by you, and there's no witnesses, it's gonna come back. Hopefully it won't, or maybe it'll come back, and then another bigger story will be ahead of it that day or that week that will kind of push that to the side. There has, that was a huge story in today's society with racism and,
cancel culture,
all of it, just to sum it up. But it's unfortunate. And I didn't think he was going to get fired or resign right away with the first report. And then kind of there was more and more. And I was like, you, like Ben said, you can't, if you're the NFL and you're trying to create a culture of, it's a distraction. If you're trying to create a culture of doing the opposite of what the NFL has been built on for the last 20, 30 years of all this, you can't have it in your game. And it happens to be one of the most quote unquote influential head coaches, because he's gotten a 10-year deal. He's beloved in the media, beloved with fans for the most part. So
wouldn't it though?
It sucks.
He used the correct term too.
Yeah.
Like,
wouldn't it though, two things.
It's in the acronym.
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't
8% of that email was not that bad.
If he said it 10 years ago, if now he, publicly, whatever, says this is the way I thought 10 years ago. It's not the way I think anymore. I've grown, whatever. Isn't that what we would want out of people? Like he's being punished for that. Second thing, I live a 3-minute walk next to a comedy club, right? The Funny Bone, right down the street from me. If Jon Gruden was at the Funny Bone one night and said all of those things and that he said in the email at that comedy show, people would have laughed. So again, it's with the context that he said him in. And it's just, I don't know.
And we'll get to Dave
as
Chappelle
a comedian or
towards
as
the
Jon
end
Gruden?
As a comedian. Yeah. No one wants to see Jon Gruden at a comedy show.
But I think as Jon
hypothetically,
Gruden,
if Jon Gruden was a comedian.
Yeah. Right. But I think as Jon Gruden, in the position he's in currently, you can't say that.
Yeah. No,
you can't say those things. And I mean, at the time he said them, that was apparently the time he was doing Monday Night Football for ESPN. So yes, he didn't have a job with the league, but he was still affiliated in some way. But I don't know. Yeah. I kind of feel like this is going to be forgotten about in 3 weeks, and no one's going to talk about it
until they actually release the emails, and then we get to read how crazy this motherfucker talks.
That's another thing. Who the hell has emails from 10 years ago?
I have no idea.
I thought they delete themselves after
Ray
a
said
while.
it too about people. Some things people say in the past actually give them more cred in the future. For example, Mitch Trubisky, when he got drafted by the Bears, when he was a freshman in high school, tweeted out, "I love kissing titties." And that made him extremely popular with Bears fans. In fact, I own a shirt upstairs that
no
says
one hates
Sundays
it.
are for
That
says Sundays are for kissing titties.
Yeah. Daniel Jones said
Nice.
something like that too.
Yeah. See, so you can say that, just don't say.
Yeah, it's just so ironic that that obviously I don't want to talk about it now because I want to kind of stay on kind of sports and kind of society on that vibe, and then we'll talk about Dave Chappelle. It's just funny how the Dave Chappelle special comes out, that gets a lot of heat. This comes out, and it creates a lot of conversation. But in my opinion, I think we don't handle these situations correctly as a attack and cancel culture, because we think we could just get these guys fired, Twitter uprises and all the social pressure to the organization, and then we forget about it. Like you said, we forget about it, we move on. But what is that doing? That's not doing much. It's not rehabbing our thought process. We're just going, you did bad, get out, bye, and then you're dead to us, and then we move on, and that's not good either.
Yep, the goal is to ruin your life. You're done. Not to, hey, that was a hurtful thing you said. Let me educate you and try to help you understand and make you a better person and grow. Yep. The goal is, no, you said this dumb thing 10, 15 years ago. It's over. Again, I'm not saying, in my opinion, if I were the owner of the Raiders, I would say, John, you're gone, man. You got to go.
You have a lot better haircut than the owner of the Raiders. So
anybody does.
I know.
That shit is terrible.
It almost looks like my daughter's hair, and that shit is just,
and she has no stylist right now. She's
got her hair is just hurting every day.
I did have the bowl cut when I was like 8.
Did you? Yeah, I think I seen some pictures of you having the bowl cut. You rocked it well. You were not,
I had no choice.
Yeah, you didn't have a choice. So obviously, last thoughts. Jon Gruden moving on. We had last week, obviously, headlining with what's his name? Urban Meyer. And then Jon Gruden. So, football coaches, they're not, we expect to see a lot of PSAs. If the Las Vegas Raiders start the national anthem, or two fingers, I see you. If the Las Vegas Raiders start the game off by doing something in solidarity, I'm going to throw up. Like, I hate that teams just do that now. I'm sorry. I know it's not, PC, whatever, but like.
They're going to come out with the LGBTQ patch.
Yeah, you're going to be holding hands.
They already have the sayings on the back of their helmets. Like, they already played it.
Come on. Everybody wants to unify when something happens bad, but we're just not unifying all the time. Like, it's like, make up your mind. Either, be unified or don't. Like, let's pick a side.
It's not about unity. It's just about showing that moment to satisfy the public media. Like, oh, this is what they did. Even though, is anybody actually doing anything? Does anybody actually care? I don't know. It's just,
hey, as Pat McAfee always says, we're in this life thing together.
We are.
Exactly.
We're all balls of flesh walking around without anything. We don't know what we're doing.
Gruden must, every time he walked by Carl Nassib, he must have just been sick. He's like,
I forgot he was on the team.
What's going on in my locker room right now?
Yeah. I remember yesterday that he was on the team. I was like, doesn't he get points for not cutting him in training camp?
For those emails 10 years ago.
Right? I know. That's hilarious.
Why do you think I saw that video of AB? Why do you think AB was so happy when he was like, "They freed me, Grandma"?
Free me.
We'll stay on the topic. We'll stay on the topic of, things that are trending right now, and then we'll kind of get into the sports. But we'll spend less time on this topic than the Jon Gruden. But Kyrie Irving, obviously, the Nets, I thought, in my opinion, as a fan and as unbiasedly, I thought they did a great thing today by saying, if you're not going to be full time, obviously you made your decision. Not getting a vaccination, which I respect on that end, but also I respect the organization personally, that if you're not in it full time and you're not able to go, we're not going to accept you as a part-time employee or a part-time contributor because you become a distraction or you're going to ruin the flow of the team. What's your guys' opinion about, because we haven't talked too much Kyrie over the last few weeks since it's been going on, so we could spend maybe 5 minutes, but obviously he's anti-vax, which he has his, whether it's religious beliefs, whatever the reason is, he's choosing not to make money and he's getting consequences. So there's not, you can't really be that person that says, oh, he's not getting consequences for his actions. He's understands what's at stake. And now the team has moved on. So we'll see if anything progresses throughout the year, if New York City is allowed to have him play games. But we'll start off with Gravy. What's your opinion about it? Obviously, New York, all the Knicks are vax, so you guys are lock and loaded if we play you guys in the postseason right now.
100% vaxxed, baby.
Okay,
I even got vaxxed just because I needed to be 100% with them.
All in one.
Yes. Once a Nick, always a Nick. I think it's the right move. I think everything, Sean Marks is the GM or Bobby. Okay. Sean Marks. I think everything he said was completely fine. I don't think they're trying to do anything to Kyrie like in a bad way or stick it to him. It's just the decision that needed to be made, and I'm sure the players don't want to answer questions about Kyrie every single time they're out in public either. So hey, it's a personal decision, whether you get it, whether you don't. But they're, at the end of the day, they're a business, and they're requiring their employees to be vaccinated in order to participate. So if you don't do it, you don't do it. It is what it is. I don't think, like you said, we don't need to spend too much time on it, and that's not a bad thing. I just think it's really that simple in the grand picture of everything. So we'll see what happens.
Where do the Nets go from here with him? I haven't paid that much attention to it. I heard the story, but is Kyrie not budging? Is he? And
he's not going to budge on it.
Yep. So do they trade him?
Retire?
I think personally, after this, I think he may do one of those short-term retirements because he's not going to. If he's stuck out this long as far as not getting the vax, he's not going to because of this. He's going to stick to his guns, and obviously over the last 4 years, because you could bring it back to Boston, Cleveland, now with the Nets, there's been multiple reasons and multiple things going on. Talented basketball player, love him as an athlete. I enjoy him as a person from kind of a distance, but I think if you're not going to play basketball and go all in, just move on, go do something else, and that's fine. Yeah. Go do something else. You have a platform and you have money and you could do a lot of good in the world. If that's where your mentality is, or that's where you want to lead people, go do it. But just don't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And that's what I like. That's what they did today, was say, hey, it's fine. Go all in with your ideas.
Especially them going for it, going for it all this year. That's the goal. They don't need any distractions at all. So that's smart of them. Kyrie, I mean, he's a man of his convictions and his beliefs, and I respect that of him. He also has done a lot, for I can't even say it.
Philanthropy.
Yeah, philanthropy. I can't say. I'm stupid, man.
He's a philanthropist.
Don't get me caught up on words. I can't say half of them.
Yeah. Wow, it's just interesting. It's just Kyrie one day is gonna be a ESPN 30 for 30 by himself.
Yeah, interesting character.
For real.
God for it.
I respect the Nets' decision. Can't let that be a distraction, especially like when you're trying to win a championship. KD's not a big man of the media anyways, so he's definitely not going to want to answer all those questions. But I mean, respect to Kyrie. He bet on himself. He doubled down, and I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, you can't play part-time, dude. Like, you got to figure out what you want to do. So I know a team here in Florida that you don't need to be vaccinated to play on. So we can make something happen, but it's just whack, bro. Like, that these are like the healthiest, most fit people
Mhm.
in the fucking world. Like,
Yeah.
these are top tier athletes. Like, it's the NBA. Like, I don't know. I know it's because of the city and the states and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff, but I mean, they wanted to say it was for fan safety. These players aren't getting close to the fans. Like,
Yeah.
they're not there in the crowd. None of that shit. Like, it is what it is. I don't really want to get into it because
Yeah.
some people get emotional about a vaccine now, and I'm here for the memes though. They were like, this isn't the most important shot Kyrie's taken in his life or some shit like that. But man, I don't know. I hope they figure it out and he plays, because I love watching Kyrie on the basketball court. He's one of my
course.
favorite players
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch.
No, we
so.
all lose as basketball fans. That's first and foremost. Whether you're a Nets fan, which hopefully that we're growing out there, but in general of the game of basketball, and that's what I try to think of, the human element behind it. Where yes, he's a talented basketball player, but sometimes obviously basketball is just a game. What you do in life, what your job is a small percentage of who you are as a person. Obviously, he has other priorities, but like I said before, make your decision. You made a decision not to get something, the consequences, and the consequences is you're not allowed to play on this basketball team, and he'll live with it. Now that the conversation is, does he feel a type of way because the organization made this decision and goes, hey, trade me, I'm due for an extension. I'm not extending him obviously until I understand what the hell's going on in his life as a business purely. And then do you trade him now because he might have some value, because he's healthy, he could play on the Miami Heat, he could go play for at least 95% of the teams right now that he doesn't have to miss a lot of games. That's going to be the question moving forward. And it sucks that just because he's away from the team, he's still going to be a distraction, a little less than if he was on the team and kind of playing part-time. But I don't know what the Nets are going to do. It's going to be interesting. All I know is that we have a great team this year going into the season, with or without him. We're better with him. But hey, sometimes addition by subtraction. Sometimes you grow. Sometimes we got Cam Thomas at LSU. Boy's a baller. He could do not what Kyrie could do, but he's a poor man's Kyrie, or an average man's Kyrie, in a way, where scoring ability, and he's going to learn. So we're in good hands with
When you got Harden to play the one too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Cam can play the two.
Yeah, cool. Any last thoughts on that?
I
Yeah,
was just gonna say we should take our predictions of what we think happens to him if he gets
Yeah, go ahead.
traded. If he
I think
starts
he retires.
a juice bar somewhere, I don't know.
I think he
he's
retires
traded.
for the year. I think he retires for the year.
The juice bar.
Yeah.
Retires
On a
for the
liquid
year, I'm going to
boutique.
say. Comes back maybe if there's any progress with New York City. He'll like reinstate himself. He has a deal worked out, kind of like LaMarcus Aldridge, where it's like unwritten. He'll come back if anything's but he'll take himself out, quote unquote, retire, and then kind of work himself back in, if anything. That's my prediction, similar to Gravy.
Fort.
I think he gets traded
Yeah, me too.
because he's got value right now.
Yep.
Who knows what's going to happen, where he's going to go if he does go on another hiatus. Is Kyrie TO?
Texas, maybe San Antonio. Play with
I was gonna
Pop.
say somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
This guy's kissing his cat. Sure.
Yeah, he's been loving me lately. Okay,
Maybe
cool.
he
Let's
heads up to Utah.
I do have one last thing to
go see
say.
Utah. Imagine, Ben. Come on,
Utah.
Doug. That would be crazy. That would be nuts.
It kind of made sense to me that a lot of people are obviously, I mean, and I'm like, dude, part of me is like, dude, just get the vaccine, like for the better of the team, and selfishly, like, you want to see him out there hooping and stuff. But then again, respect his decision. But unfortunately, you have the idiots on social media who will clown him regardless of what he does. So I saw a tweet of things, just a reminder of kind of maybe Kyrie doesn't promote what he does. Things like he bought George Floyd's mom a house, paid tuition for 9 HBCU students.
Dude, this is good to talk about it.
Yeah, bought 200 kids Christmas presents, provided 250,000 Thanksgiving meals in New York
You're
City.
right. He never promotes it. He always has other outlets do it for him. You're right. He's never putting up
like
a
the
post.
Utility Players
Love that.
podcast.
Yeah, I love
Didn't
that.
he didn't he donate money to his high school or something? Like his high school
Yeah,
was going
I
to
think so.
close.
Yeah.
And he donated money so they
That's
could
in
stay
New Jersey.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last thing I
mean,
had was WNBA players.
Yeah.
yeah,
Big
that's
advocate of the WNBA.
That right there is like, I know he's a very, generous guy and does things. He seems like he's got a good heart. He's just, he's always been
Wired
misunderstood.
different.
He's just misunderstood.
it's just the society we live in nowadays.
Yeah, and
Everyone
if
wants to
he was
talk
if
about
he-
what you don't do, what you didn't do, but
Right.
if
they
he
don't
was doing
show.
this 10, 15 years ago, it'd be a lot different perceived. He'd look like a martyr. He'd, obviously today with ESPN, those morning shows aren't doing too well. They gotta keep feasting on these things. So they gotta keep following up, give an update to the same old story and drag it out. So
now that I'm
it's,
sitting at home,
wrong place.
I'm not just having stuff on the TV. Those ESPN morning shows are
God
unwatchable.
awful.
Unwatchable,
It's
huh?
so bad.
Yeah, now you're feeling
So
what I'm
bad.
feeling, Ben, over the last 8 months that
Unwatchable.
I've been
I can't even watch 'em.
self-employed.
This is terrible.
Yeah, man.
I haven't got the flu shot since I think I'm like, I don't know, 10 years old. So fucking evict me from my house.
Look at you, and you look good. Evict me from my house.
You look good.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into kind of something non-social, more sports, more kind of uplifting and fun. The Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder trilogy.
Right.
Did all of us, Ben, did you order it, watch it? No, I knew it. I
No,
was
Ben.
going to send you my ESPN Plus account again and be like, yo, watch it if you didn't. But I was like, nah, he definitely watched it. But I forget you have a kid now. Things are different.
I passed out.
Damn it.
Dude.
I passed out. I did watch like
Highlights.
20, 22 or 23 minutes of the fight.
Okay.
From a friend.
The first
of mine.
5 rounds, first 7 rounds was
It was
amazing.
like the middle. I didn't see the first
the middle.
round. I think
Okay.
it was like started from the second on or whatever. I'll just go for my thoughts since I'm talking already, but I'm sad I missed it. I'm very sad I missed it. I told Veda, I took it to the heart there. It's actually my fault. I put her to sleep. I fell asleep at the same time. These things just kind of happen at this age. And mostly because you're walking around, basically barely alive every day anyway, meaning myself because you're so tired.
Yeah, of course.
But I very publicly on this podcast said Deontay Wilder was going to beat him. I believe
He said, "At me later." At me later.
I believe I also said he was going to knock him out.
I do recall.
And so, hey, I never said I was a boxing analyst or whatever. I went with my gut. I did think that was going to happen, and Tyson Fury proved me wrong. And Tyson Fury, watching the little bit of the fight I did, and then just seeing everything, seeing the knockout, seeing then the stats from the fight, the punches landed. He's a
domination.
Is he the
Gypsy King?
Is he the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time? I mean, you got to give kudos to him. He's so unorthodox the way he fights in a way sometimes, but he's clearly so good. Deontay Wilder's. It's gonna be bad to say. I think Tyson Fury ruined his career. I think he ruined his career. Like, what does Deontay do now?
Well,
Where does he do? He can't fight him again.
No, it's over.
Where's he
going?
going?
Anthony
He's
Joshua.
got to do the loser. Yeah, it's got to do the
Someone-
loser. I call it the losers bracket. He's got to fight Joshua.
Yeah,
someone on this
Okay, well,
podcast
you
told
got-
me he had a good story, so he's got that.
he's got that.
Yeah,
He's
does
got
have a
heart
good story.
though. He's got
He
heart.
does.
He showed a lot of heart in that
He
fight
did.
because
He kept on getting up.
No,
he
I
was
think that was the first time I saw a boxer go into a fight with a game plan and use it to perfection. Talking about Fury,
Yeah.
because you can tell he turned it on, then he pulled back a little bit, and he
Yeah,
messed with him. He got rocked once. He did.
yeah.
I thought those first 2 knockdowns, I thought the one in the corner, I thought he stumbled a little bit. I don't know if I would have. Obviously, he's on the floor, so it's a knockdown, but didn't really look like a knockdown to me.
I
he
think
kinda
the
just
first time
stumbled.
he got hit in the temple, and that was legit. And then I think he
Yeah.
was still staggered from there because he didn't hit him clean the second time he went down. It was just a ripple effect of the first one. I
Yeah,
think.
but if you didn't watch those first was that the third round he got knocked down, or the second, something like.
I think it was the
maybe?
third.
Yeah, I
If
saw
you
that.
didn't watch those first 3 rounds, you would have never known that Tyson Fury got
Right?
knocked down.
You would have been like, by
You'd
the
have
way,
never known.
Fury went
Yeah.
down twice. You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Shout out to
100%.
FanDuel for the super boost Fury knockout. Appreciate you.
Damn.
As a man who only makes $5 bets, I did put $25 on that.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Living.
It was a good weekend.
Yeah,
Well, Saturday.
yeah,
It
for
was
it.
a good Saturday.
Man, that was one of the most exciting fights I've ever seen. Like that shit was just back and forth the whole time. I was into it. Like I said, Wilder, I mean, I don't know what he does from here, but he got a lot of respect. Not that he needs my respect or should even care about it, because he would kill me in one shot. But I don't know how he just got back up, because like Tyson Fury was like 40 pounds heavier than him into that fight. And I mean, every time he got close, Fury was just on him like this.
Yeah.
And like that played a huge part in like that fight and the fight before, because Wilder was gassed like in the 5th, 6th round. Like you could tell he was done, and he was still like putting up. And it's just Fury he's legit. Like he's that
Yep.
dude. No one's gonna beat him. Joshua's not beating him. Nobody's
Yeah.
beating him right now. And my favorite thing about him is how he always sings after
Yeah.
After,
fights. Like,
beautiful. I
yeah,
had that
that
song
is
in my head
so-
after.
Dude, that is so awesome. Like, and that's what boxing needs. Someone for the fans, someone for the crowd
Charisma.
does
Badass.
Who does he fight
that
next?
things
Though?
I think he just sits back and enjoys this for the next year and just waits. He don't
Yeah.
have to do nothing.
See if somebody's on the
See-
come up or something.
See who wins, see who loses, see kind of how it plays out. He could sit
'Cause
back
I-
and he's going to get paid the next fight because people are going to
Because
want.
I know he wanted
watch it.
Joshua bad, but I don't think he wants him anymore.
Joshua
Why would
Well,
he
yeah,
fight
Joshua
now?
fucked up his
Yeah.
money. He was,
Yeah,
he was
Joshua
in line.
he smoked it. He got
Yeah,
knocked,
this
he got
trilogy
knocked out
wasn't
by
supposed to
Ruiz.
Yeah, this trilogy was never supposed to happen. Obviously, a lot of
Oh,
events
shit.
happen that.
I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but breaking news: Jake Paul has challenged Tyson Fury to a fight. So I guess we're gonna
You're
see
not-
that.
No, let's not go there.
Stop.
Let's not
Stop.
even
That's-
go.
That'll be the
Paul
end
is-
of Jake Paul's career and life.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that'd be the end of his life.
Yeah, for real.
Tommy wrong?
Tommy,
Don't
yeah.
wanna-
I watched the fight the next day after, because obviously a lot going on when you have people over, you drinking, whatever. I watched the fight the next morning, and it was the same thing. You know, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Obviously watching it the night before and then rewatching it, analyzing it more. Fact is, Wilder tried to hit him with some bombs and some haymakers the whole fight, load up on that right, and just never got, you know, obviously Tyson Fury's mechanics and his boxing ability.
He's
Pure.
quick for being
Dude,
that big,
quick.
for being
He's
so
6'9",
quick for being
300 pounds,
Yeah.
bro. Like, you're
For
not
being that
supposed to be
long.
that fast.
And for being that
reminds me-
long too.
Boss.
It reminds me of
Like,
that.
Us?
He reminds me of that Kevin Hart stand-up special where he's talking the story about his dad, where his dad got hit. He's like, pow. He's like, Kevin, he hit me twice. No way he hit me twice. Is he an octopus?
You're
He
right.
got
You
eight
see an
legs, you know?
octopus.
That's exactly how he was hitting him. 1-2, 1-2. And you know,
1-2s, yeah.
Fury game was to get him inside because Wilder has no inside game, no inside presence, maybe an uppercut. And then Tyson Fury could come around with every type of punch once he gets inside. And you wouldn't think for somebody with long arms, long shot, like he's compact, and Wilder's the complete opposite. So it makes sense that 3 fights. The first one obviously was a controversial draw. You could kind of, you know, draws could go either way, but you know, for him to beat him 2.5 out of 3 fights, that's it. And the story, that was one of the greatest heavyweight bouts I've seen since I've been watching boxing, with about 20 years. But I'm glad that's written off, and Tyson Fury could go on and do great things now, non-boxing. He could,
I'm glad
Yeah,
it lived up to the hype.
for real, he
Yeah.
could go live in
'Cause-
WWE world for a little bit and have some fun.
That might be a good landing place for him, by the way, WWE.
Yeah, I think he has like a temporary contract. He made some appearances for them during the pandemic.
Yeah.
He probably has some type of side deal because it only makes sense for WWE to bring him in. He's charismatic. He's a badass. Like he's
It
just
is Royal
right.
Rumble
Doesn't he just
season.
oozes it?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Grape?
I said it is Royal Rumble season.
And that's when, you know, you want to you want to have people come into your business in that year. So great fight. And Ben, I will give you my login if you need it. I bought the pay-per-view, so you can watch it if you like.
Well,
now let's get into I mean, I don't know if you have 45 straight minutes to watch something, but the invite is open.
I don't.
Let's get into some NFL Week 5. I
I'll
have
go
nothing to
first.
say about I have nothing to say about football much, so I'll let you guys ride out. Go ahead, whoever wants to lead off with Week 5 of the NFL season.
Often suck. I hope Manny Diaz emails get leaked. I hope he said something just a little controversial. But I mean, I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. Tua should be back, so that's like half good news for my fantasy team. We play the Jags. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I want to say yes, we can beat them, but like James Robinson might go for 200 yards on us. Who the fuck knows?
Right, relax with that volume. Right?
So it's just I'm sick. I'm sick. And then like I think our first round pick goes to the Eagles or something. So
Does it?
I don't know. I know we traded up.
Giants got the Bears and you
get,
guys got the interesting.
I know we traded up to get Waddle, who hasn't scored this year, I don't think. And it's just Jacoby's Mr. Check Down. I could do that. I could check down every time. He doesn't go through his progressions.
Dolphins look lost.
So
the
lost.
Whole team looks lost.
I thought Flores. I want to be on Flores' side and say like he's a player's coach, and I don't know, man. I don't get it. Like they just go into practice. They just go into practice, and I don't fucking know what they do. Like it's concerning.
I'm gonna have to go scout them in Fort Lauderdale area.
Don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time.
You cannot lose to the Jags. Like I gotta see Urban not win a game
in a weird way.
It's in London. I was like, oh, Dolphins play the Jags.
Is it
in Jacksonville? Oh wait, it's in London. Yeah, it's in London.
That might all those London games are bad.
Oh, they're terrible. I think I saw a stat
for years. For years,
there's never been a matchup of two winning teams in London with records.
Like not even by accident. Like you would think sometimes you make a schedule and you go, oh, these are two teams that are like mediocre, and then sometimes it's like, wow, they're both 4-0 or something like that. Like I woke up to Falcons Jets and go, do I even turn this on? Like
I forgot I left Michael Carter in my fantasy lineup. Thank God he scored.
Oh yeah, see that I forgot about. Thank God I didn't have anybody in by mistake or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I was at my in-laws and I turned it on and I was like, I think I'd rather watch the news than this.
Back to the weather in Iowa. Yeah. It's raining.
It's raining.
For me, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the Bears ended Jon Gruden's career.
Is that what you're going to go with?
On Sunday. Yep.
How football works.
Yep. It was a ugly game. It was one of the ugliest games I've ever watched, which is not anything from a Bears game.
Yeah, it's not.
They get the win. The defense played well. I was really happy actually with our O-line. We ran the ball very well with Montgomery being out, but Damian Williams, Khalil Herbert, the rookie, ran the ball super well. Justin Fields, he managed the game well, made some good throws, bad throws. The offense still looks out of sync. I think we're one of the only teams this year. We haven't had a game of over 200 yards passing all year. The Bears haven't. So we need to fix that. But, I don't have much to say on it. A win's a win. I'll take it. We got Green Bay this week. So we start, that big rivalry should be intense. And then next week we go to Tampa Bay, which will be ugly.
Should be.
So
just make them kick field goals.
3-2 Bears. I know. Cairo Santos, man. Cairo. Can't miss Cairo.
No, fucking Mason Crosby.
Yeah, fuck Mason Crosby.
Dog.
Hey, it was really windy in Cincy this weekend.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Yeah. That's Mason Crosby's life. That dude, no one has missed more field goals and still has a job than Mason Crosby. Honestly, look up how many missed field goals he has in his career.
It was
how
bad
many
though.
Clutch field goals has he hit though?
It's not even his clutch field goals. That goes to Aaron Rodgers still. Fuck that guy. Aaron Rodgers got him there. you know.
The 38 yarder or whatever it was, like it looked like he didn't even want to hit it. Like it looked like he even tried. He just walked up to it and like just pulled it. Like,
You know what I did figure out this weekend though is I'm the guy, you know, I'm a Bears fan. So if I do a pick'em pool, like I am Nick, the Melville one, every week, no matter what, even if I think the Bears are going to lose, I always pick them to win. Always. I never will bet against my team.
Sorry to hear that.
Likewise, I don't like to bet on teams I don't like because then I have to like kind of root for them. So this Sunday, I was like, you know, I got a baby now. I got to pay for daycare, all the shit. I'm trying to ramp up my, you know, bet the fort is making me money, but I'm trying to put some other stuff down. So I bet on Green Bay and I got them at 2.5, right?
I did too.
And so, yeah, I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh yeah, make that field goal. And then I'm like, I don't like what I'm doing right now. I'm asking the team that's leading our division to win the fucking game so I can just make it. It's not like I bet $1,000. I bet like $10. So you win like 19. But that's what I figured out this weekend. So I will no longer be betting on any Packers shit ever again.
By the way, this just came in a few hours ago that the Buccaneers removed Gruden from their Ring of Honor, which
shit!
It's like
Wait,
like every entity tries to save face, and you know WWE did this lately with like Ric Flair. About I could get into it, but it's not going to make sense. Dark Side of the Ring did some good documentaries. They have a 3rd season, and they like ridded him off a few, like even like doing the woo in the intro of the music. They removed it. It was like,
why?
Because there was a documentary that came out about 20 years ago that everything was legal in writing, that it actually happened. Just because it was put in a documentary, it came out and got criticized. They wanted nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, the company was in the trial of the settlement that paid the person in the suit. So like 20 years ago, or the last 20 years, you wanted a piece of him because he made you money. And then all of a sudden he's not with the company anymore and you want to rid him off. That's why I don't like that dynamic that we talked about earlier with Gruden. Was like, these companies are like, what do I do? Do I save face? Do I look like I'm all about this new movement, cancel culture? If everybody else is canceling them, we have to. I don't believe in that. Like, fucking relax. No. Like he was with the Tampa Bay Bucks in early 2000. Let's say in 2010 he just got senile and became a fucking racist homophobe. Like, why you like? I don't understand. Like, jumping to those quick decisions like that. I hate that. But sorry to bring that back up. But I thought that was necessary to mention.
Imprisoned within society, you know.
Just be perfect. Everyone that's listening, be perfect, because if you're not perfect, we will come for you and we will come inside your house and do bad things to your pets.
Yeah.
You deserve
it. Not the pets.
Anyway, talking about doing bad things to your pets and
if you're doing bad
your life,
pets, then maybe you do need to be removed from the Ring of Honor.
Fact. You know? Talk about our Giants gravy real quick in about 30 seconds, because that's all they're worth.
Okay, ready?
That's all they're worth.
Go.
Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Jabril Peppers, Kenny Galladay, Andrew Thomas, Rodarius Williams, Kadarius Toney, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, Blake Martinez, Nick Gates, Shane Lemieux, Ellerson Smith, Aaron Robinson, Quincy Wilson. Those are all.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
the injury list is crazy.
Report.
Hey, I will say something.
And I left out the bums.
The backups to those players.
So there's more.
Maybe Kyrie could spin it this way. He could say, hey, I don't want to get the vaccine. Look at the Giants. They all got the vaccine and half the team is injured. So I don't want to do that. You know?
The vax creates weakness.
Yeah, I saw the injury list for the Giants, and I was flipping back and forth to that game because it was on the same time as the Bears game. And damn, dude, what's in the water? I don't know. The Daniel Jones thing was scary. When he started stumbling, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was scary. Legit.
Yeah.
I've walked many Delray streets like that in my lifetime. It's exactly how I walked to the pizza place on the Ave.
That pizza place be hitting though.
We think Kadarius Toney might be the greatest wide receiver in the NFL, but I don't know. It's gonna be a long year.
That was a great game by him. Obviously, I love the fight in a way. It was stupid for him to throw that punch, obviously, with a guy wearing a helmet, but I love the fight. The fact that,
Passion.
if you watch the replay or if you kind of see kind of what happens is it happened last night in the Ravens. The guy almost gave up the game late with the 15.
Yeah.
And that dude Doyle shoved his
Doyle
face into
pushed his head down.
like
Yeah,
that was
first.
way worse. And then obviously
Yeah.
Doyle like flopped when he got pushed. So like if you're gonna give a penalty of that magnitude,
That should be
review the call then.
reviewable.
Like
Yeah.
make a quick review to the booth. Like make them do it VAR style or whatever. Because if you're gonna give a team a victory like that for a penalty, you gotta look at the whole situation. Don't just be that last guy that threw a push. And it was a push. It wasn't like he threw a punch in that Monday Night Football game. You just pushed them in retaliation, and the guy like flailed. It was a tight end too. Like that guy weighs like 225. The quarterback weighs like 185. Like what the fuck is going on? It just
and people are saying that Kadarius Toney's stupid for doing that. But if you look at it, the guy's actually smart. Because as a wide receiver, he opened his hand before he punched the guy.
Smart. That is smart.
He didn't break his hand while punching a helmet.
Yep. He bitch slapped him.
So I like him. If you haven't seen his highlights, you need to go watch them because he's got the whole route tree down. He's shifty. He can turn in any direction on a dime.
Yeah, I like
it's
him.
Incredible. Yeah, I'm very excited. I hope we continue to play him.
And shout out all those people that made Tony memes after week 1 of 2 catches, -2 yards, because fuck y'all. I seen a lot of memes of being like, oh, look at the Giants or whoever it was. It was like, dude, it's one game and he's a rookie. He's not getting any playing time. So I love the opportunities that he's getting. And it took how long, if injuries didn't happen, Gravy, how long would it have taken to see Tony do this? That's what's sad about it is like it could have been like half the year gone.
It's been 4 or 5 years and Dave Gettleman's our GM, so I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, it's not so I was going I think earlier in the year when we did our predictions, I think it will be more fun to do our division MVPs predictions either halfway through to kind of check in and see. So I'll do that. We'll do that on social media because some people that didn't listen or don't remember, we'll see how our predictions are progressing. And some of them are god awful right now, but some of them,
we can just delete that episode from YouTube.
Some of them
just make new predictions.
Yeah, like the Bills. Obviously, the Bills are dominating, man. They're legit, man. They are fucking legit. And I have them for the record, AFC champs.
They're my Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl. I have them winning. I have what's his name as the MVP of the league? Yeah, Josh Allen. Damn, I'm getting older. I can't remember people's names. Yeah, so that's it for football. Unless you guys, I have nothing to add. Obviously, the Giants are dwindling, so you won't hear much out of me personally, and all of our teams are going down. So hopefully, we'll just, rest of the season we'll just spend it on fantasy and quality teams instead of boring you guys.
About fantasy football either.
Fantasy, we here, baby. We here.
Speaking of fantasy,
oh yeah, Ford's got some teams.
I want to. The only other NFL thing I just want to say, shout out Lamar Jackson, my fantasy QB. That guy balled out, and then I saw a stat today that he's between his rushing and passing yards this year. Himself has more than 18 NFL teams. The Bears are one of those, by the way. And so he's just so unorthodox the way he plays. Not like a normal quarterback, but he is super, super talented, and he can sling the ball like a rocket. Yeah. And so.
Because he's
I said it in the other
Jackson.
Broward.
Yeah, Gravy.
Oh, I was just saying that's because he's from Broward.
Oh, Broward, stand up. I saw the Ravens have gotten lucky, man, or their games have been crazy. Obviously, with Detroit, last second field goal, with the Chiefs, second game, first game they won by a field overtime. Like so, 4 out of 5 games have been overtime or a last second field goal. They could easily be 1-4 just as much as they're 4-1.
If they didn't have Lamar, do they win any of those games?
No.
No.
That's
right.
So that's why
he's got to be in the MVP combo.
Well said. Well said, because if anybody else
course.
in the same situation, they don't win that game because he's so dynamic down the stretch.
Yeah.
He could drive a team
If
down.
he
or
can just
could-
hold on to the fucking ball.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Why does he's been fumbling.
He
Yeah.
fumbled
Sheesh.
at the 1 yard line. That was a bad fumble, and then he almost fumbled again when they were at the 1 yard line too. Like, dude, come on, get it together, please. Please.
And his fumbles are like real close, like on the
Yeah,
way
his knee is, like,
down or
almost
making
down.
an extra move.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's just tacklers flying in and punching
Knowing
the ball or whatever.
that strategy.
Yeah,
For sure.
but
I
I,
think the
mean,
Colts were-
yesterday.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Colts were down a few corners, but yesterday what he was doing in the pocket, like staying in there and making those
Yeah.
throws, he
Really
had
good
6
Look at the way he
Protections.
throws side
Yeah.
arm.
If that was Pat Mahomes doing those throws, ESPN would be all over.
oh,
Nah, it's Lamar, and he's a running back. But
Yeah.
ESPN
nah,
hates that
fuck
they
up.
can't play Mahomes highlights right now. They're like, damn, we can't
Yeah.
jack off.
I saw that the Colts were like 116-0 after leading by 16 after they
Yeah.
were 19 or whatever,
That was wild.
Yeah.
going to the fourth quarter.
Monday Night Football
Yeah.
games have been really good. Obviously, we
Mhm.
talk shit about Thursday Night Football or London games. Monday Night Football games, and obviously Eli and Peyton are off. But then I think for the next till week 8, I think they did like a little break.
10.
But fuck, like I need
Oh,
them back
yeah.
breaking down these games because they're wild.
Yeah,
I was at
wish
the
they
bar
started
watching
earlier so
that
I
game
could
with
see.
Travis.
Oh boy, my boy's sick.
I seen
Go
the
Colts.
memes today.
He was sick.
Go ahead, Ben.
I was just saying, I wish they'd start the games earlier so I could actually finish one.
Just go to
I
bed.
know that was the
late,
first
man.
primetime game I finished last night. I was proud of myself. Jonathan Taylor almost put my entire fantasy team on his back since Saquon has my ankles. But hey, lost by
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Not only did the Colts lose, but Trav had Jonathan Taylor and I had Lamar Jackson, and that
So you're
touchdown
both
put
going
me
off,
above
yeah.
with him. Put me above him for the most points scored in the week. So
There you go.
by 0.96, baby.
There
You
you
were on
go.
top. You were on top of that ass. I like that.
That's what she said.
This
Speaking of,
guy.
I'm wilding. I know you guys want to maybe squeeze in some college football, so go ahead. Whether it was Iowa, some of the
Oh
big
my
games,
God.
The
Alabama.
only
Go
good
ahead.
football team I have now.
I'll take a back seat and put myself on mute,
FSU.
and you guys go.
I don't have anything to say about college football except I am terrible at betting on them. So I'm not betting on college football anymore.
I got nothing to say besides Knowles gang
Nose
FSU.
game.
and
As an
Iowa.
Iowa State fan, I will say I
Iowa.
respect Iowa. Iowa, their defense is nasty. They're probably going to run the table for sure. If you look at the rest of their schedule, I think their hardest game they have left is Wisconsin. They don't, and then they'll play in the Big Ten championship, either probably versus Ohio State or
Ohio
Michigan,
State.
one of those two. And then, if they beat one of those two and they win the Big Ten championship, then they're for sure. I don't know how they're not in the national championship game.
Well, they'll be in the playoff.
Yeah.
In the play, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry, the
Yep.
playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know how
they might even have a
playoff.
shot to be the number 1 team because Georgia's going to play Alabama, you would assume, in the SEC championship. So, depending on how the game goes, you got to have Iowa up there, depending how Penn State finishes their season as well.
They're real good. They're really
Mm-hmm.
good.
Their cornerbacks are ranked number 1 and 2 in Pro Football
Yeah,
Focus.
Dude, their defense is
Incredible.
sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Iowa -2.5. Got
Oh, that's a
super
shame.
lucky on that.
Yeah.
At
And
Iowa
then
plus
I-
135.5.
and then I bet Michigan +2.5, and that hit too. But
Yo.
I mean, it was a good college football weekend for me. And UM didn't get a chance to let me down, so we're good.
All right, good segue.
Michigan
Jump
gets
into-
disrespected every week when the lines come out.
Yeah.
Hey,
think
it was
Michigan-
live bet.
I
Plus
bet on them
2.5.
before the game. Like it's incredible.
Yeah,
They
I
get
think that
no love. They're
Michigan is
undefeated.
5 or 6. Yeah, 6-0 against the spread.
Yeah, I mean they're 6-0, but they've been either underdogs or, giving up points or 2.5, 1.5, whatever the case may be. I'm taking that every single week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ray, we're done.
Big facts.
No, all good.
All right, we're done.
Segue, bet the fort. Obviously, now we're on bets. You guys could talk about how you
Keep
lost
making me
money,
money.
or won money. Yeah. Are you?
Keep
Are
making
you?
us money.
Are you following some trends, Ben?
Oh,
Some
no,
good bet
I'm
the
saying
fort trends.
Bet the fort. Keep making us money.
Oh, okay.
You got
Man.
the Excel sheets popping this week?
No,
Those
dude, I can't
sheets.
even. I haven't been able to fucking breathe besides wipe shit off my hands, change a diaper,
Hey.
and go through sleep training. I'm
I've
over
been
that
getting
sleep
shit on my
training.
hands, but that's not from another person. I won't talk about it.
That's your own.
So bet the fort, hash
toilet
brown,
paper, using that
hashtag
Oh man.
BTF. What did you go last week on
The-
episode 35?
We didn't lose.
We
Nope.
didn't lose. I like that.
We didn't lose. We
Nope.
don't lose.
And you had how
Of
many
course, the
picks?
streets aren't talking about it.
Oh, and you had
Undefeated.
guess what? The asterisk
Yeah.
will count. Fuck it. Why? Because we
Fuck
fucking
it.
make our own rules. I don't give a fuck.
And
So you
and this week was with the spread too.
I
Not
know, I
money
see.
line, not straight up spread, motherfucker.
My man progressing. He's evolving. I like that. You
nine
had
and
Rams.
9-1 in the last 2 weeks.
I like
10-1 if we count the Fury fight. I went live on IG. I wanted to take the Chargers over the Browns, but Ian was on there, so gotta show love.
What happened with
Gotta
that?
show love.
You went live and he jumped
I
on
took
and he
it.
started commenting.
Yeah, and he was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Go Browns." I was looking. I was like, "That's probably one of the better games." And then I was
That
like,
was
"You
a
know
good
what?
game.
Fuck it. I'll take the Browns." But I really wanted to take the Chargers. It's okay. The Chiefs
Hey.
fucked me. Chiefs fucked me bad. That was
dude.
bait. Yeah, that was bait. I don't know what's going on with them.
Trap game.
You can't bet on the Chiefs right now. I can't.
No,
I don't know
I'm
what's
not.
gonna happen with them.
Yeah, their defense not looking well.
not going to
All
it.
right, so we didn't lose last week. You had Rams given 2.5.
Yep.
I like that you're taking spread. It makes it more, a little step up. We eased into it a little
Come
bit.
on,
You had
dog.
Iowa.
I'm about to
giving-
make a OnlyFans for the sports picks, baby.
I like that. I'm subscribing. I'll have my whole family in there.
Free 30 days.
Undefeated.
I have my
weeks, do we
whole
see-
family in there. Come on, dog.
Undefeated weeks. Do we see some skin?
Oh,
You know,
Yeah,
nip
it's
slip.
in the DMs though. In the DMs, you got to pay
course.
for
the
it.
DMs.
Of course. Live chat. Give us your picks for this week, Papa.
This week, I was trying to look a lot of baseball playoffs. Dom's my capper for the playoffs. Dom's been on fire. Baseball
Shout out
playoffs.
Vito.
Yep.
Vito been representing too a little bit. He had some bets come through. Nah.
Vito got a D-. Seahawks alternate line -3. Get the
That was
fuck out of
funny.
here.
You took Dolphins too money line. He told me he was
Dolphins
like,
money
"Yo, bro,
line.
it pays out a lot." I was like, all right, whatever.
It only pays out if it hits, and the Dolphins not hitting. As of right now, I only got 3 picks. Might go live again on IG. Stay tuned for
I
that.
like that.
Thursday night game, Bucks Eagles. I don't even know what to think of that. Give me the Bucks -7. Tom Brady, what he did against the Dolphins.
That should be easy.
Yeah, I'll take that. Oklahoma State, Texas. Texas is not that good. They were up 28-7, and they blew that lead. That game was nuts. Players were making plays all over that. So give me Oklahoma State over Texas. And then probably what should be the best game of the weekend, at least on paper, SEC matchup, Georgia and Kentucky. Kentucky's pretty good. They beat Florida, but Georgia's just on a whole other level. They're what Alabama should be, and I'm taking Georgia.
What's the spread on that?
Just money line. What's the spread? I can't remember. I can tell you right now,
3?
though. It's probably
Really?
close.
It's that close.
Really, 3?
Oh, I don't know. I was guessing.
Oh, I thought it was like 10.
I'm
10
just
and a
saying they're probably.
Oh
giving
no,
it to
it's
Kentucky.
Georgia -23.
-23.
Oh, I'm taking
Minus
Kentucky
23.
plus
I'm taking-
23.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
I would
Kentucky.
that. Yeah, you could probably take Kentucky against the
Under.
spread. That's not bad. But yeah, they
Damn.
have a 95.4% chance to win. Georgia's been blowing people out though, like bad, like 62-0, 43 to something, like bad. But I don't know. I'm just glad Alabama lost. That's all I care about. Fuck Nick Saban.
Facts.
Is there UFC?
When are we gonna get Nick Saban emails one day?
Ooh, that's coming. He had to
As
fuck up in
Dolphins,
the
I
last
know.
decade.
listen.
I want to see Adam Gase's emails.
Yeah,
To his
right.
dealer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Adam
that's
Gase
it.
don't
3
even know what
picks.
he's got
Maybe go
going on.
live to add onto that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still
up-
the lines are still progressing.
Oh, it's
You know,
22
still
and
doing
a
their
half.
research. 22 and a half.
I wish you could
Where's
take
it at?
alternate spread in college.
Where's that at, Georgia?
Yeah, I'm still taking it.
All right, hold on.
Mm.
minus 23. That 22 and a half depends. But yeah, that's a big
Yo,
line.
ESPN
It's
app
at Georgia,
sucks,
though.
man. When you stream something, you can't even go on their app. Like if you're, you could stream something to your TV and then go on the same app and do whatever you want. ESPN's trash. You can't stream it on your TV and then go on checking scores. Like, how do you? I don't understand that with all
Thanks,
today's
Disney.
technology. I don't understand. I'm trying to stream it on my TV and go on the app, and it just won't allow me. Trash. Anyway, cool. So yeah, when did you go live? You went live Saturday.
No, Sunday.
Sunday.
Like
Yeah,
at
I like that.
12.
Yeah, let's
Like 11:30, 12.
Yeah, see if you could find some more picks, make it 5 or whatever. And I like the live streams. That's always fun. Kind of post.
Yeah,
it in.
I think I went like 6-2 with those.
Nice. Yeah, that's solid.
something
I
like
seen that.
So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's the people are asking for more. More bet the fort.
We're out
Give
here.
them more.
We're out here. That's
Give
what
them
we
that
do,
length
baby.
and girth. Anyway,
Come on, Tom. Get the fuck out of here.
let's see.
Man, Michigan
Yeah,
has to play
let's
this weekend. That's unfortunate.
a few trending topics. Has everybody finished or watched Squid Game? I did all last week. No, Ben.
Ben.
Don't got no
No.
time. Ben's like,
Anything TV or watch.
Yeah.
Just,
I know.
I moved.
No,
You
we
gotta
got-
you
I don't
gotta
have time.
breastfeed
Emily-
and watch at the same time. You gotta do one of
Breastfeed.
these. Whatever
Emily
you
and I
do.
got a
I don't
list
know.
of
Maybe
things,
he
like we-
he wears a bra.
Can you milk a cat? Can
No,
you
dude,
milk
I gotta
me?
feed
I got
down. Feeding thing is down. It's just like I'm trying to sleep train right now.
I got you. And this is the easy part, my man. You got till December. Once it comes January,
Yeah, I know.
I not see you again, my friend.
We have a list of like things we want to watch. Squid Game is on there and stuff, but we're like, okay, we'll get her to bed and then we'll, try to watch it. And then by the time we get her to like actually go to sleep and then we do stuff, and then like as soon as you sit down, if I hit horizontal, I mean, as I'm
Yeah.
going down, I'm
course.
out. And then
If,
I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, I passed out. I don't even know.
Squid Game was my type. If someone needed to,
Let me ask this question now.
go
I
ahead,
just want to ask this question Ford, have you seen it?
axe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nick, have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is it worth it?
Oh, Pause. Let me say what I was gonna say then.
Okay.
If someone needed to make a series of everything that I needed, wanted, desired, enjoy, it would be that. And we've been connecting on the side, one-on-one, talking some life stuff. Ben, the fact that you've waited, or obviously you haven't been in a position to watch it, you're going to be like, fuck, I wish I would have watched it. I'm not saying like best ever, all time, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying to the point where I know you well enough at this point, 9 months into this podcast, you will appreciate the social dynamic of all of
needed
this.
that. Next thing, do I need to know the environment I need to watch it in to get the most out
For
of
it, you
it?
tell them.
Okay. Do I need to like literally be focused on it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You kind
Yeah,
of
it's in another
doing
language.
nothing else, just focused on it.
Definitely eat like a sandwich or two and tune in
And lock in.
if you got some. Yeah.
I did it on subtitles for, what did you do it on?
I watched it dubbed, which
Yeah, see, I
probably
couldn't
wasn't
do
the
that.
best thing. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and watch it like in Korean with the
You should.
subtitles, because I watch anime, on
Of
sub
course.
in Japanese, so I should probably go back and watch it, because some of the voices, like,
Yeah, man.
I saw a lot of stuff that didn't do the characters justice, and like, I don't know, it was just weird. Like the subtitles were kind of off, but I mean, all in all, it was still a really solid show.
Yeah, Bree watched it separate. She watched it first in the first week it came out. And she watched it dub, and I kind of leaned in and looked at it real quick, and it kind of looked like goofy to me to watch Korean lips move and then it be an unemotional English California
Yeah.
girl talking. It was kind
Yeah.
of weird for me, whatever. So I
Yeah.
wanted to lock in and really watch it. So I made myself do Korean audio and then English subtitles, because then you're able to hear the emotion from all the scenes and kind of
Mhm.
reading, if you have to rewind it or what have you, because I read pretty slow and I have to like really look at the background, and I like to, so I had a couple of times I had to rewind it 30 seconds or so, but it makes you lock in and you get to hear the emotion, and there's a lot of emotion in that show that you need
It's
to
definitely good
really
to
get.
watch it again, because I know
Yeah.
my brother was watching it like after I had already watched it, and like there were some things that I caught, or I was like, wait, go back, hold on, like let's do this again when he was watching it. So I mean, it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was definitely one of the better shows I've seen.
In a while, yeah.
It had everything that I needed in a show, to be honest.
I'm gonna try to check it out.
And
by the
then
end of the week.
while we're on the topic, just to get it out there, myself and Bree are watching. I'm going to end this podcast and go finish it because that's how good it is, Ben. If I say Squid Game is our type of show and vibe, this show that I'm about to add on to you is even more.
What?
I don't even want to tell you anything because
Well, tell me the fucking name.
I'm looking for it. What is it?
Names don't even know the name of the show
Is
he's
it?
watching.
It's on. I know, dog. I don't even care. I just be like, play it. Let's go. It's on Hulu.
Oh my
Hulu's
God.
not loading right now. Damn, I'm
on
blowing the.
Hulu?
I'm giving a lot of.
Oh my
Let me go to
gosh.
my Google history.
Don't watch
Hey,
The Guilt.
You know
Don't
what a
watch
good
The
show
Guilt.
on the Hulu,
Terrible.
you know what a good show on Hulu is? It's hilarious.
Oh, I found
By
it.
the way, it's called What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's in Staten Island. How about your boy?
Yeah, it's just hilarious.
You hate it?
It's so funny.
No, yeah, my boy has put us
Yeah.
on. Me and Bree got to watch it next.
The
That's based
vampires?
off in
Yeah, it's
Staten Island
hilarious.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
The show is called Nine Perfect Strangers on Hulu.
Nine Perfect
Watch
Strangers.
It's cute.
Nine Perfect
Yeah,
Strangers.
I know. I've seen
that.
a couple episodes of
Nicole
that
Kidman.
because when my mom was up here last, actually during when we were having the baby stuff, I think maybe it was the time after. My mom was super into that show, and so she was watching it when I was around doing shit around the house.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I did see an episode of it.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
you don't. So
I saw the episode where they found out what the lady was doing to them. Yeah, so I know what it's about, and I do
okay,
wanna
then
watch it,
we're there. Okay, that's all.
but I
good.
haven't seen the show.
Oh, it's good, man.
I've just seen that episode.
Based on the podcast that we've been sharing with each other, Joe Rogan wise and all that, it's on the same level, and it's made me think about life more. And I want to just go run in a rainforest somewhere after.
Yep.
That's how trippy it is. Anyway,
There it is.
Dave Chappelle obviously will say that you didn't see that either, Ben.
I did see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah, we had to fit that in.
How to make time for the GOAT.
I
Yeah,
like
we had
it.
to fit that in.
Gravy, what about
Yeah.
you?
Negative. No time.
Okay, no time. All right. Oh yeah, you've been moving,
Negative.
so you've been doing
Yeah.
some shit the last couple
Yeah.
weeks. All right, you get a pass too.
Thank you.
I thought the Dave Chappelle one was good. I mean, I thought it was good. I wish he would have ended he would have ended it on that line before where he said he was like, I knew your father. She was a good woman. I wish he would have ended right
That was
there.
really good.
Like ended right there. But I thought it was good. I mean, all the
Yeah.
backlash and stuff he called
Yeah.
it was gonna come.
He
I don't believe-
reiterated a lot from his last special, and he doubled
Yeah.
down on it, which was fine because I think he needed to, because that was a year ago or so.
Yeah.
So I like that he kind of had it flow into and kind of double down, but then this time he almost had an update on some of the things. So he talked about some of the topics again, but then
Yep.
for people that criticize him heavy, they didn't really sit there and try to understand it, because he was talking about
Yeah.
a lot of heavy stuff there.
I agree. He is one of, if not one, he is for sure one of the greatest storytellers that we've ever seen. You know, he is just an incredible storyteller. And I thought it was good. And I'll say I'm happy that Netflix has stood their ground and said, hey, you know, for people that are like, this needs to be removed. No, it doesn't. Did you watch it?
No.
What do you Wait, you didn't watch it?
No, I watched it. I'm saying it doesn't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to be removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no
No,
reason for
It
it
was
to
funny.
be taken out.
He didn't say anything bad. If anything I took out of it, there are two sides that are misunderstanding each other, and in those situations, you do what he said he's going to do. He's like, from this point forward, until we can communicate with each other in a good way, I'm done talking about you. You know,
Yeah. No, more
Yeah.
cats.
P from Stormy. Sorry.
And then the other kind of movie thing I had, scary movie trailer came out for January, which is weird that they're releasing it in January. It came
Yeah.
out today. I'll throw it in the chat if anything, but I kind of gave it a chance because, I think we all have stories of being the scary movie mask back in the day, like where every single human being, the age of 12 or whatever age you were was the scary movie mask. But I seen the trailer. I thought it was enticing enough to probably check it out when it comes out, but a January release is kind of odd.
Yeah, I got to check it out. I haven't seen the trailer, but
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, it
No,
integrates
they're
kind
coming
of.
out with a few Marvel movies.
Yeah, a lot of good things are going to come out because a lot of movies and shows got delayed. So you're going to see a lot of things coming out. So, Ben, I know you don't got a lot of time, but,
hey, I know
pace
it'll
yourself,
get
my
there.
friend.
It'll get there. I've been,
Yeah.
I'm sleep training the shit out of this baby.
Mhm.
I've been doing nothing but watching sleep training videos. And
How does that go? How do you do
Oh,
that? Like, how do you
bro? My
train a
God.
baby to sleep?
Basically, it all comes down to like just getting her in like a routine of eating and sleeping, because I've learned so much, like finding out like when a baby's tired, they don't react the same way. Like when we're super tired, what do? We sleep, and then we go lay down, we'll fall asleep
I cry
immediately.
sometimes.
When a baby's tired, they do the complete opposite. So if
They
you don't
fuss.
if you don't know their social, like their visual like sleep cues, and you don't get them to go to sleep, then they get overly tired and get in this cycle, right? Where they're constantly crying and fussy because you miss those cues. So you have to have them in basically a routine where they eat. Like she should not be, after she naps, she should not be awake for more than 45 minutes. And then she's got to go right back down to sleep. And then trying to get her to sleep, doing like these different tricks, which, by the way, I watched this YouTube video of this hypnotist that was doing this baby sleep tricks, and they fucking work, dude. They work.
Yeah.
I've been doing them. They work. And
There you go.
just the biggest thing is just trying to get her in a routine. It's just been challenging, because, she, like, I'm only letting her eat every 3 hours, and she woke up in an hour and a half. And so we have another hour and a half before she eats, and she is hungry and she wants to eat. It's
Like, give me that breast milk.
It's an hour and a half of you and her screaming her head off at you, and you have to fight through it, And so it's that. But then, like at night now, so we'll put her down to sleep, and she will only wake up one time, usually around 2 or 3 in the morning. Boom, I go in there or feed her real quick. Emily goes and pumps, and
Nice.
then we put her right back down to sleep, and then she gets up. So right now she's only getting up one time at night, which is good. And
Yeah.
we're trying to get her to where she'll sleep through the whole night. That's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are, what, 45 days in, 50 days in? You're
She's gonna be 7 weeks Thursday.
yeah, just about. Yeah, you've already got the kind of the worst or the most kind of trial and error ways out. I feel like, I'm not experienced, but from what I gauge from a lot of friends that have kids, is you're about to get in a better stage or a new
It's been getting
chapter,
better.
which is
It's
good.
just trying to get her in that routine is so tough. And Emily and I talked about it. It was so important to try to get her into that, because it helps us. And then I think it's good for her to know, like, hey, she knows when she wakes up at these times that she's going to get to eat. She's going to do this and do that,
For sure.
instead of just sit there and scream, cry, hungry, because she doesn't know when she's going to get food. So
Cool. Love it. Baby update every week. Got to.
Yep.
Let's get into some DM shout outs. We'll lead off with Gravy. Any shout outs, any topics that you just want to mention real quick? I know you sent me a few earlier. Go ahead, brother.
I just want to say that ESPN talking about how the Raiders organization handles Jon Gruden's behavior while he was an ESPN employee is wild.
What? Wait a minute. ESPN is fucking dude. If they didn't have a monopoly on basically all sports, like I'm done.
Yeah. Mike Ryan
Ridiculous.
tweeted that. I thought that was pretty funny. Shout out J.R. Smith. Don't know what his third
Yes.
round score was today, but he shot a 83 and a 78. His first 2 rounds, not bad for his first college tournament.
Yes.
Stepped on a yellow jacket beehive today.
Ugh.
Oh,
whatever
that
you
was
wanna call
wild.
it. But is finishing his round. Shout out to Pierce Simpson, who said that Tyson Fury was built like a busted can of biscuits. I thought that was absolutely hilarious because I immediately thought about a busted can of biscuits. Eddie Guerrero's birthday was on Sunday, I believe. He's 54. Wrestling legend. Definitely
Absolutely.
a reason why I
Latino
stuck with
heat.
wrestling. And Newcastle, who I believe is in the 2nd division right now for football, for soccer in England. They were bought by owners who have about $400 to $500 billion in assets waiting. So that is more than all of the other teams tripled combined. Like, it's insane. So I don't know if they're just going to try to buy everything and everybody,
Probably.
if they're going to be like the England version of PSG.
About to be my new team.
Yeah, right. Day one. I think that's it. My mom's birthday was yesterday.
Ooh.
Oh, shout out.
I
Big shout
birthday.
out.
think that's all I got.
Cool. For it, Ben.
No, shout out life. You know,
Shout out,
sleep.
My man's like, shout out sleep.
I do miss it. I talked to my wife or talked to Emily the other day that I don't think we're gonna get a full night's sleep again in a long time. So just getting used to it. You know, but we power through. It's all
I
good.
believe in you.
Oh yeah. I know. Hey, I'm a champion.
I'm a champion.
That's why I'm trying to get her in this routine so that it makes my life easier.
That's
why.
true.
That's,
Yeah, you have to.
true. Yeah.
That's really
Absolutely.
really
Gotta do
main
the heavy
reason I'm doing
lifting.
it. It's like the faster we get her into this, then the faster we can kind of get back into some normalcy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like
Go ahead,
Yeah.
for it.
Shout out Freddie Freeman for hitting a go-ahead home run just now.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was tied. Shout out to the fucking Lightning for sucking.
Shout
Score
out
that
Yeah.
Bob Swarzak with the Kraken at 10:30.
My boy knew
Inaugural.
what a Zamboni was today.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I love how the group chat was on fire from like 8:38
Was.
a.m. on. Like that was dope.
For real. Shout out Vive app. I hit on a secret rare Spider-Man comic today. $7. The cheapest one is $1,500. We out here. Yeah.
Fire.
So that should be straight. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it yet. I'm gonna wait to see what the market does. And shout out y'all boys. I appreciate y'all, every single one of you. Get to
I
do
love-
this every week with one of y'all. Shout out
Right.
my dad.
Love the love.
Went through some things the last few days, but he's a warrior too, so he'll be all right. And yeah,
He's
the
built for it.
lightning. Yeah, he's
Fort
built
Dad.
different.
Let's go.
Fort Dad.
Fort Dad. I love it.
And shout out Kiki, big fan of the pod, and her Cooper's Hawk membership, 3 bottles of wine
Oh, love Cooper's Hawk.
for the free. So that was lit. Good time. Trav was there too. My
We
dog.
got some. Anything else? I want to go into DMs. So
The
No,
Twitch
that's it.
affiliate, Trav.
The Twitch affiliate. That was his first subscriber.
I
Let's
seen
go.
that. I seen that. That's kind of dope. And
Let's
it's funny because
go.
we gave a shout out last week. So we might.
He's a
wanna
Twitch
slice of the
affiliate
pie.
because he's Twitch
Right?
affiliate because
I
we put him
mean,
on the
I
pod.
don't believe in coincidences, but hey, all of a sudden, we got a DM from our boy, the beat maker, Jangle, Lamar the
Hey.
Goat.
Okay.
Who's this? Let me see. I forget. Oh, Nick Kramer. Is NBA young boy the real GOAT?
No.
I love that
No,
kid, bro.
hell no.
It's fucking
Get young boy
trash.
out of here, bro. He's fucking trash.
Yeah.
But the way you put it was question mark, exclamation, question mark.
Yeah.
So
That's
there was
my
a
young
lot of
boy.
there's a lot of enthusiasm in that. So I had to. Oh, that's so funny. Another DM. Let's see here. I've been backed up with DMs, so there's a few I didn't get to last week, and probably I'll get
Must be
to
nice.
next week. But hey, Elliot fucking just tells me what to say, and I just do it. We mentioned DJ Kuzma. We mentioned Dave Chappelle a lot. He was on. Oh yeah. So he wanted us to talk about Dave Chappelle because he's been tweeting about it a lot. DJ Kuzma. I don't know how he's got a lot of time. I mean, I got a lot of time in the day to listen podcasts. I'm awake for at least 16, 17 hours a day, and at least 10 of those hours are podcast filled in my ears. And this man's listening to a lot of stuff. So shout out him because
it's just so funny when I get the notification that he tags us on stuff. He's
Love
like on the Gruden stuff. He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Doug, you need people like that. You need genuine. He don't
For
even know
real.
us like that. He's not even he's not a friend. He's not a family member. Someone that genuinely just fuck with us and we fuck with him. So we appreciate him every time. So, and then the few things that I have is Tesla moving to Austin, Texas, which is big. Joe Rogan moved to Austin, Texas 10 years ago. I heard Austin, Texas becoming that new vibracious, like kind of like young entrepreneurs, city, up and coming city. So something's going on there. Miami's becoming that kind of hub too, where more people are moving to Miami from LA, from New York. Man, the more laws and regulations, California, New York State puts on, sorry, but you're going to lose residents and you're going to lose business. So you keep doing you. I'm trying to get all my family out of New York, hopefully in the next year and a half, 2 years, and down in Florida or in the
Feel you
South.
on that.
For real, right? Like I understand that. Now that I'm getting older, I understand like you got to go where you could move freely and feel like you're in more control.
Not living in a fucking box.
Right. I was a
Box?
dramatic box. You live in a box? I was dramatic for me. Obviously, you guys were you have roots there. You kind of have ties there. But man, I'm trying to live that same humble lifestyle where land, big house, take advantage of the capital that you spend investment wise on a home. So I'm starting to learn that living in a 2-and-2 for $500,000 or $600K is not the way long term you want to live. You want to take advantage of what you put into it. So
$600K where
live. What can you? Yeah, I was gonna ask you not to get to whatever,
mansion.
but like, right?
Yeah.
You can fucking. Oh, I can't imagine. I'm about to jump on Zillow and look at what 600,000 down here, man. You're living in a good area, but you're getting 2-and-2, 3-and-2.
Yeah.
Some backyard, side yard, garage, but I can imagine what that could get in Iowa.
5 and 4 here, not 6 and 4.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Damn, living.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm going to AEW on Saturday. That should be fun in Miami. So get drunk, act rowdy. I went to WWE last month. Very kid friendly. Hopefully this will be a ruckus and rowdy.
How much
crowd.
are tickets for that?
Bro, I got them a week or two after they went on sale. So I got the last group of the cheapest tickets, which was $29. Average, I could have spent a little bit more and got really good seats for maybe 90 and then plus tax and all that. So over 100, but I just wanted to be in the building, kind of experience it and then kind of see how I liked it. Stuff like that. I didn't want to spend $100. It probably should be. I'll look that up. It from on TV, all the shows that I'm seeing, if it's not sold out, them being that loud makes it feel sold out. So it's going to be a fun environment down in Miami this weekend, but that's all I got on my end.
That little match you showed me after was kind of lit.
Yeah, what was that? Was that last
lie.
week or the week before? 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks.
Remember now.
2 weeks ago, I was like, "Yo,
Ford,
watch this match." It was Daniel Bryan and fuck, I'm going blank on names. Anyway,
Adam Cole.
Nah, is the champion. Damn, see, why'd I got to do that? People are gonna call me out on Twitter now. DJ Kuzmo's mad at me.
Kenny
I'm
Omega.
sorry, DJ Kenny Omega. Thank you.
I'm trying
sorry,
to think of who
DJ
you're
Kuzma.
thinking about.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. It was lit, dude, and it was in New York. It was just like I've never
Yeah.
heard a crowd so loud. So sometimes I like to share the good that comes with wrestling. So it should be fun. But that's all I have from episode 36. You guys want to wrap it up?
Giants or Dodgers tonight, real quick.
Ooh, Giants.
Ooh. Ooh.
Walker
I love it. I
Buehler.
love it. Walker Buehler.
Is that who's going? Bueller. I don't even know certain
Yeah.
pitchers,
Yeah.
but Bueller. And who's
Buehler.
going on the Giant side?
I have no idea.
DeScalfani.
Oh yeah, that
Ooh,
guy.
okay. I had him in fantasy. He could look
He's
really
solid.
good. He could go 6 or 7 and 2 runs. Obviously, postseason he won't go that long, or he could get blown the fuck up. I think he'll go he could go 5 innings and give up a few runs. But that's gonna be a game. I'm gonna try to lock in on that one.
Yep.
Ben, hopefully you lock in on some Squid Game. You lock in
On some
Nine
sleep
Perfect
training.
Strangers, some sleep training, whatever you got to
Ew,
do,
the
my
Braves
brother.
won.
Oh, the Braves
Yeah,
just
we'll
won.
put,
2-1.
Yuck. Fucking hate
I
the
gotta put my
Braves.
baby to sleep. So.
Oh, they advanced 3-1.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ugh.
Breaking. Ugh.
Yeah.
And the Giants and Dodgers just started. So that's episode 36. Appreciate you guys. We covered a lot of sport topics, a lot of social topics. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But episode 37 will be back better than ever. Peace.
Godspeed.